I want to talk today about DeFi and trying to answer the question is it just hype, so pretty much useless, or it will really have a future? Because let's be honest, guys, right now, most of the projects when it comes to DeFi are just a nice interface with not so much utility. Wonder, do you really need that stuff? And be honest with yourself. I know that I love it too. I love it too, and I'm fully honest with you. I made several videos about this niche because I really love it. But let's be honest. Are you using these protocols and you are finding a real utility on that, something that could change the world or not? Be honest, guys. And I'm talking about now. It's not about what will happen in the future, about now. Answer yourself, and that's what I want to debate into this video to help you to understand. I mean, I said many times that I'm bullish, but let's try to argument and to debate really which is the real upside, which are the limitations, and what we have to pay attention to, because it's not completely wrong to say that this space is just speculation with no fundamentals. So it's just like a house of cards that can collapse any moment soon. Let's dig into this matter. Guys, let me say this channel is just about educational content, nothing more. And don't forget also to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know what you think about DeFi. It's just a house of cards. Will it collapse or not? And if you want to take the opportunity, also, I'm releasing 10 codes, Trump 625, if you want to have a $625 of a discount on an annual subscription. So it's like 70% of discount. I want to celebrate with you. I want to give you the best alphas about this market, also my opinion. And the best way for me to do that is just to help you to join me into my private Discord. You can find all the information into the link below. Okay, let's debate about DeFi. So let's start by saying, what is DeFi? DeFi is merging DeFi to AI. What does it mean? It means that on DeFi you can swap, you can earn yield, and so on. The point is that many of these actions are taking you time. So the idea is, let's simplify the experience by using AI agents. We have already seen with the whole automation of AI agents publishing content on Twitter, for example, on X. Well, that's wonderful. If you think about AI XBT, it is simplifying by a lot the way to retrieve information about different tokens and so on. The big point, and I want to ask yourself, would you really use, I don't know, Griffine or Heyanon, Limitus, or DHive if you have to stake your Sol? So you're having to stake your Solana. Are you gonna ask? You're gonna write, I wanna stake this, and you have to click that and so on. I mean, why not, if you already know what you have to do, while you don't go directly on the page of the protocol that you want to use to stake your Solana and you are done? Or on the other side, if you want to swap something, do you really trust Griffin and that natural language interface that is giving you for real the right and the best price? Or maybe if you're on Solana, you're just directly going to Jupiter. You know, Jupiter has been doing that for a while. It will give you the best price probably. Or why don't you go on an EVM on, I don't know, Jumper, or maybe, for example, 1inch, or whatever is the kind of aggregator. We have seen others launching recently and so on. So the big point is that, is it really trustworthy at the moment, an AI agent? Honestly, if you have been using, I don't know, for example, ChatGPT, you know how many mistakes that technology is doing at the moment. So are you really sure that you want to use that to move your money? Honestly, if I know what I have to do, I would go directly to the source. So this is a pretty weakness for the whole DeFi world, because I mean, if I will not use it and I would go directly to the source, we are losing users. For example, here, this is Orbit. This is another, I love this protocol. Honestly, I don't have anything against it. I don't want to destroy these protocols, but I want to show you the counter story, because so far we have been always saying DeFi is great, will change the world and so on. But we have also to be honest, it's not just about FOMOing in, it's just telling you shit posting just about how great is something just because we have to do engagement. That's not the point. Let's try to go deep and understand really which is the kind of state of the art of the situation right now. And if we check these kind of examples, I want to know the available pools on Aave. I want to sell all of my active positions on Aave protocol. And I mean, would you really use Orbit instead of just opening Aave if you have to check the available pools? I mean, honestly, I would go directly on Aave. Why I have to waste time with writing while I can simply type Aave as on the bars on the address bar, and I will find all the information. Or deposit 10 USDC into Aurora chain. I mean, it depends from the bridge. Maybe it could be slightly more complex, but if you had the idea to use Aurora with anybody, you already know how to use it. So yes, it's interesting, but at the moment, most of the people will not use it. And I want to add one more thing. Aside from the fact that at the moment it's much faster to use it otherwise, the main problem is that the real obstacle for all of these applications is that we are already used to do something with other applications. Going beyond this level of resistance, it's tough, guys. Think about the Web2 space. How many times we are still keep doing stuff because we are just used to? Do you know the story of the keyboard on how the different letters were put? So this kind of setup why it is like that. If you think that is about how fast you can write, I can tell you that the answer is not. It's absolutely inefficient and it has been proven. The point is that to move from this setup to a new one, it takes time to get used. And what we have understood is that the cost of changing will be higher than the advantage that we are receiving. Just to answer you, which was also the origin of this keyboard, as you can see, it's called QWERTY due to the fact that it's a Q, a W, a ERTY, Y, and so on. The problem was when you were using a typewriter and you were pressing a letter, the bar was overlapping with the other one if you were trying to type faster. So what I found out is that this setup was minimizing the number of times when the letters were overlapping by using a typewriter. So the whole setup has been thought for a typewriter. Right now we are using computers, so we don't have any more that limitation. We could write in any way. I was born using a keyboard on a computer, not a typewriter, so I could have been growing up with a much efficient setup. But the whole society still keep going, something is inefficient simply because we started in that way. I'm saying that just to showcase you how even if something is slightly more efficient, the obstacle is changing, and changing is obviously always tough. And it doesn't matter if we are talking about Orbit or Griffin or the Hive. Most of the times, the problem is always the same. The advantage of right now, at least, to use these applications is really low. At the moment, the best use case for these tools is giving you summaries. For example, Sam4 Semi Agent is one of the main writers when it comes to about AI agents on X. So you can ask, can you give me the most recent? Can you give me a summary or whatever? That's something that could be useful to stay on track. But again, it's just about summarizing, finding information. Another story is about automating. So from all of this, the sad reality is that most of the DeFAI applications, they look pretty useless. But there is a point. We have always to start from something to get something else, and we have to understand the big picture. The big picture is not really, can you stake my Solana? I mean, guys, it's simple. You can do it by yourself. The big point is that, man, I want to start earning yield, and how I can do that. So it's much more if we are able to transform the AI agent, so the DeFi space, into something that is much closer to your financial advisor. Obviously, it will never be financial advices as for real because it's just an artificial intelligence. Under regulation point of view, it could be slightly tough to accept. But when it comes to getting advices, understanding what is better for you, you don't have the whole picture while an intelligence will have it. So interacting, asking, and being able to get automation on that side, and while you have understood which is the best strategy for you, simply telling to the artificial intelligence, please execute that right now. Or maybe, okay guys, I do think that in the coming weeks, specific days, something will happen. Well, when that trigger will happen, do that. I mean, we have seen it pretty clearly from, for example, with the Trump coin. Imagine to have an AI agent that is tracking the Trump account, and anytime that is publishing a post about a coin, endorsing a coin, you tell to your AI agent, buy it immediately. Done. Simple as that. Even if you are sleeping. In the moment, for example, when the Trump coin was launched, in the moment I wasn't able to stay on track because I wasn't at the computer. And if I already told that intelligence, do that if that is happening, well, that's wonderful. So the point is that it will take a while to transform DeFi to something that is really efficient and is producing a value. Right now, what we are seeing is a technology, is a landscape that is just about a promise. And obviously, the beauty of a promise is that you can promise whatever you want. Most of the projects that we are seeing right now will die without delivering any kind of usable, any kind of valuable product. That's the sad reality. And that's why many times I'm pretty skeptical, also reading a couple of comments that are telling me, asking me, so tell us more about the tech. I mean, guys, there is nothing at the moment. Most of the projects are just noise. You have to buy the noise. Why? Because also, if you think about it, if you are a big money player, you don't know which of the projects will succeed, but you know that some will. So what you do, you buy everything simply, and you move your funds according to where you feel more confident. So you have to follow the flow that is not based by the tech itself, because right now, I mean, whatever they will be able to deliver, yeah, let's be real, guys. If you develop something in a week, it's not really deliverable. That was something that whoever was able to. The point is that what you will be able to deliver in the coming years, because the whole DeFi space will change DeFi and will change crypto, but in a matter of 3, 4, 5 years, in the next cycle, we will finally have great DeFi protocols. I'm sure of that. Right now, 2025, we will have great promises and great projects pumping for no reason. It will be really tough to understand if something is just a price manipulation or behind the scene, there are wallets that are really believing and pushing in a more organic way. Yes, you can use a way to analyze wallets. You can use a GM, for example. You can use bots or whatever that are analyzing the holders of a, of a coin. Remember that all the data that are about on chain, so also the holdings, could be faked. So just don't take everything just like gold, because there is no gold. There is just a matter to stay on track and to understand how you want to manage your exposure. If you ask me, I'd rather go for projects that already demonstrated something. Right now, if we talk about DeFi, I would go for Griffin, Heyanon, Orbit, Limitus, DHive, and Near. These are my top 6 projects when it comes to DeFi. But I'm aware that right now it's just a promise, nothing else. So just to answer to the question that we have started with, is that DeFi right now is just speculation, guys. Fundamentals are really weak. They have the capabilities to be a game changer, but a game changing thing will be happening in the future. But the beauty is that when it comes to the alt season, it's much more effective under a point of view of pumping the price of something if you don't have metrics. Because the big problem when you have a metric is that you can't promise anything. You have to be judged and evaluated based on the metrics. While right now, you can be valued by whatever you are able to say and which is your marketing. So everything is about marketing and communication. So pay attention to that, follow the flow, because the market will be irrational for much more than what you can think. Guys, let me know what do you think about DeFi. Is just speculation in your opinion? Is something that the fundamentals will become stronger already into this cycle, or it will be happening much more in the future? Guys, let me know into the comment section below. I will see you soon with another video. Don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment, please do that. And if you're interested to join also our private Discord, take the opportunity to use this coupon. It will last just for 10 people, and it gives you about 60-70% of discount. Guys, thank you and see you soon. Bye.